right, first up this morning, March is Read Aloud Month, and our next guest is encouraging parents and caregivers to read aloud every day to each child for 15 minutes a day.
Rebecca Mickelson is here from Penfield Children's Center with ways to make reading fun for kids of all ages. Good to see you again.
Good to see
Hello.
you. Hi.
I feel like I should
I know,
wave to you from the other side of the couch.
Hi.
Yeah. Great to see you.
Good to see you.
Happy St. Patrick's Day
Happy
to
St.
you.
Patrick's Day.
Thank you.
This is a big one. So March is
Yeah.
Read Aloud Month, and this
It
is really a
is.
good time. People are home. They're with their books.
Right.
It's a good time to encourage it.
It is. So what we're encouraging is that for the month of March to try reading aloud to your child for 15 minutes a day, every single day. The goal really is a 21-day challenge.
Yeah.
They say it takes 21 days to make it a habit, 90 days to make it a lifestyle. So that's where we're starting out with the 21 days. And there's a lot of different fun ways that you can read books with your kids, especially if you have really young ones. A lot of parents struggle because it's like, well, one, books are really short. How do I get a lot of books in 15 minutes? And two, my kid's not going to sit still for 15 minutes, so how do I keep them reading as well?
Yeah, I like that. You have a lot of good ideas we're going to share. I just want to mention real quick, my sister-in-law has older kids, and her oldest is in high school.
Yes.
They're going to read aloud. They picked Gone with the Wind, which
man.
that'll last them until fall. But it was funny because they read one page and then it was time for dinner.
Yeah.
But it's only to make the point that at any age, it's fun to read out loud with kids, and even when they're older, it gives you great things to discuss, which is kind of cool.
So yeah, we do. We want to be reading aloud at any age, but really a lot of what we're focusing on because of the ages that we work with at Penfield Children's Center is those young.
The younger ones. So the first thing you say I think is important, and that is relate what's happening in the book to your child and what's going on in their life.
Right. So, look at, can we point out, do they have a similar hairstyle? Are they wearing similar clothing, the same color shirt, same color pants? Or, asking them questions about animals in the book. Do they see a cow? What does the cow say? They see a dog. What does the dog say? So relate it to things that they're aware of, maybe what's happening in their lives right now, or even what's just happening in their households.
I think it gives parents or anyone who's reading permission to kind of be goofy. This is like the theater moment in their life that they always wanted, right? So you suggest read expressively.
Right. So think about the characters that kids are drawn to. They're the ones that are really expressive.
They're bold.
Elmo, Big Bird. So that's what kids are going to want too when it comes to reading. So the more that we can make it fun, make silly voices, act it out even a little bit for them, the more interested they are going to be in reading with them.
And especially fun sounds for babies as they're learning to talk and they're developing that skill. And repetition is key, right?
Repetition is huge because that's how they learn how books work. It's hard for us as adults if we have to read the same book day after day after day after day. But for the children, it's really helpful. They learn how that book works from front to end, how the pages turn. So it's really helpful for them in learning.
Textured books. Are you talking about even the ones that have like a puppet or something like that? Does that count, or are you talking more crinkly?
It could be a puppet. It could be the crinkly books.
Okay.
I've even found for my daughter who's really young, we have books that can go in the bathtub.
Yeah.
So they're all
cute.
different kinds of textures. So any type of book, and you think for young children too, you want something that's going to be sturdy.
Right.
Yeah, and the longer they
That they can chew on.
Yes.
The longer they stay in the bathtub, the cleaner they're going to get.
Right,
too, I feel like. That's a
Exactly.
great idea. And something fun to do. I like that idea of keeping them in there a little longer. You say go for color.
Yeah, go for color. So pick books that are brightly colored. That's going to keep their interest longer. It's also fun because depending on some of the books, so this book is a perfect example. If you actually take a look on the inside, there's lots of great imagery in there. There's actually not a lot of words. The entire book, the word through the whole book is dude.
Beautiful.
But it's a lot of what's happening in the pictures, talking about what's happening in those pictures.
Dude!
Kind of actually making up your own story because there really isn't a story. You can kind of decide what's happening here.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's a fun book too.
Dude. That's great.
Yeah.
Really cute.
That's good. You also say choose a topic that your child is interested in. I think this is something that, we've talked about many times here before, is it's okay to give parents permission, even if it's like, magazine type stuff.
Right. So figuring out where their interest lies. It could be that they're interested in dinosaurs. It could be, I know in our house we went through a phase where my son was interested in learning about wrestling. So we were reading lots of books about wrestling. So it's figuring out what that topic is, what they want to read about, what they want to learn about, and following that lead.
That is fantastic. Thank you so much.
No
Great
problem.
ideas
Thank
to
you.
read aloud at any age and talk through the book too to keep attention. So for more tips and advice for reading to your child, you can visit the Coles Building Blocks site. It's at penfieldbuildingblocks.org. Always great to see you. Stay well.
Thanks for being
Thank
here.
you so much. We appreciate it.